Welcome back to the Intentional Queen podcast, Journey to Restoration with Janine. I am your host, and I'm also a mindset coach and a self-love expert, helping ambitious moms to alleviate overwhelm and self-neglect so they can experience more inner peace, more wholeness, and more confidence so they never lose themselves again. I have missed you guys. It's been a while. I did a replay last week where we were doing Mary J. Blige, right? The 10 intentional steps or lessons we can learn from her My Life autobibliography. And I wanted it to be called Never Lose Yourself Again Academy because if you didn't know, we had the Bloom 2.0 masterclass in September, and I want to shout out the queens that came to join me and also the queens that watched it on the replay. What I bring to the table is having value, and I'm inspiring for impact. Like, that's so big. We're in October, and I'm not even going to lie. I got so many positive things going on, but October always gets a little dicey for me because this is the month that I lost my family member. And every time it comes around, it just kind of gives a little heaviness in my heart, my spirit. And I kind of wish she was here celebrating with me on some of these big life events that's happening for me. But she's not here, but she's here in spirit. So just keep me in prayer. And we're going to call it Let It Go October. So that was September, as I said. And I also did, if you're not on my YouTube, you'll see it. And also on my Instagram, I did this IG live. It's called a Get Ready With Me video. And I called it This Is Not That. And that video, in essence, went viral for the fact that I was showing my true, authentic self. But I just really was speaking about how I have been able to pivot out of spaces and let go of some past generational wounds that were holding me back, of trying to push myself so hard in life and wondering if I make it to the finish line, am I going, was this all worth it? These are some questions. And I also want to shout out two more queens because I'm just trying to tell you, I've been about quality over quantity. I've really met some really dope women doing some big things. And one thing about me is I don't hate on the next woman. If anything, I'm going to celebrate you. And when you stay in that spirit of iron sharpens iron, your impact will just skyrocket. Your confidence will just skyrocket because you're building community. And so the first queen I'm going to recognize right now is Andrea. I did the Single Mom Chronicles, and Andrea went on and talked about her tornado and all those type of things and how it feels to be a single mom and how her survival mode is. Because people ask me, I did birth back in September. My new group coaching program is called Never Lose Yourself Again Academy, going from survival mode to the single mom soft life of ease. And it was built from God putting it in my spirit that I needed to do something specifically for single moms. Y'all know I'm always for all women, and I'm for all ambitious women doing their thing. But this is a special project. God put it on my spirit. So this 12-week group coaching program is just for them. And it is going to be like a course. So it would allow you to jump online into a course, and it will be me and it will be 5 other lucky women coming with you. I'm doing small cohorts because I don't like things to be too big. When I wanted to get to know you on an intimate level, it will be 8 core modules. And then I broke each thing down into bite-sized lessons that are about 15 minutes each way. We're going to be doing weekly Q&A or clarity calls, if you will, where we come together and we'll be on Zoom. Say you busy, you doing stuff with your baby, because we know life be life, and you can come back and watch the replays of the videos. So I'll make sure to have them recorded. The lessons will already be pre-recorded, so that way it's already there for you. I will be giving you Voxer access to me during business hours, so you can next tell me like, boop, boop, Neen, I'm going through this, I need you. Or if you have questions or you just need to go ahead and let me know what's going on, because we all got things and we just want to talk to somebody. So that'll be that. And then also, y'all, I have some monthly perks for self-care that's going to be happening. We got some perks. I'm definitely going to have some resources for you, such as tangible things, because I believe, with my type personality, people who know me, I need to see some things. I need to touch some things. I need to go ahead and read some things. Don't just talk to me. Give me something that I can kind of see and write on. And so definitely going to have those templates and everything there for you and workbooks. So all those things will be available. Also, to be a flexible payment plan, but the way to do all this and get into the program, because people have asked me, and it's to apply. And the way to apply, y'all, is at Coach Janine. So CoachJanine.com. If you don't know how to spell my first name, it's JINEEN. So it's CoachJanine.com. Apply to work with me, fill it out, then book your call. We get on a call and we'll go ahead, set you up, see what's going on with you and see how I can help you. That's enough about the program. Let's get back to my message today. And on my spirit, it's just been quality over quantity. And I think where we are with comparison spirit and people wanting to be like other people and not recognizing what God has for you is for you. And I'm pausing because it's so much that's coming through my spirit right now that I'm trying to deliver the message that's meant for the person that's on the receiving end. You know, the podcast turned 3 years, y'all. I told you the spirit of my family member is just on me, and letting go and purging what no longer serves you is just like what's coming out, and just like really letting go of people's opinions of you and just like morphing. And what I mean by morphing is when you let people go and you let it go, it becomes so freeing. But the comparison spirit comes when you're trying to belong in settings and you looking at Joe Blow doing this and this person doing that and wanting their lives. But a lot of times people want what you got, but they don't want everything that come with it. I just keep looking back, and when I started telling people some of the burdens that I was carrying, they were like, I didn't even know you was going through all that. It's so true. You never really know what people are going through. So sometimes it's good to kind of keep people in prayer, but also be gentle with people. Have boundaries, but be gentle with people because you never know what they're facing. But more than anything, when you look at where you are in your life, it is good to look back, but not stay back there too long. And October for me is a month that I find myself glancing back, and it can be kind of sad. But in essence, I'm so happy that I got here, right? Because like I said, with it being my podcast anniversary this month, and I've been doing the edits on my book and getting things ready for the book, because people said, Neen, the book, what about the book? And the book is in play. I just finished up. I was on a Zoom call with another bomb queen doing big things, and she was like, what's going on? And I said, man, I had 4 coaches this year. And she said, what? And I said, yeah, I've been busy. I just finished up another program. And she said, you've really invested in yourself this year. And I said, yeah, this is my year. I turned 40. I'm not playing. And so I had a book coach, I had mindset coaching, I had business coaching, and a few other things. And this is why I tell people when they say to me, because even with me being a single mom, they like, where are you finding this money? What are you doing? Like, I tell people, when you get serious about what you're doing and about your well-being and about taking care of yourself and investing in yourself, because you're the best thing to invest into is you. Like, not just people, but invest into you. You are the best thing to invest into. And when you do that, it just exponentially makes your growth happen. And so people this year was like, man, you really have catapulted. You're showing up on camera, doing lives, like you just out there, you traveling, you doing things. And I'm like, because I've invested into myself, and I mean that. And I know my why, and I really want to build legacy. And you can't do that being stagnant. And I really got around quality people. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes people get stuck on the followings, like the following numbers, like looking at your numbers, looking at your stats. Stats are important, but the quality of that, because when it's time to make impact, man, listen, the smaller group I had did more impact from the bigger group I had. And it only takes one to know one to tell one. And when you really get planted with someone that God puts in your life, because you become like the 5 people you spend the most time with. Like, I'm real keen about that. I've spun up off a lot of people over the last 5 years that I thought would be with me forever. But I really learned, in essence, sometimes God pulls you out of those spaces because, it became a cage for you. It became so comfortable, became a cage, and you won't be free, or you've hit the ceiling. And this is another thing too, when you're breaking the ceiling, it's glass. may shatter, you may get cut a little bit, but you hit your next level. And so I had hit my next level, but I got cut a little bit, and it's okay. I embrace it. The sutures are there. It's healed up. It's got band-aids. We good. And it's because of the quality of the people that was around me. It was the people that, I was sitting in rooms and I no longer shrunk myself. I was showing up and taking up spaces. This is for somebody too. Take up that space, because when you take up that space, it's just something about it. Like, people like just start to gravitate to you because they see it. I never received so many DMs over the last couple weeks because it's just taking up space. When you are an introvert, it's very hard to take up space because your goal is, I want to be a wallflower. I don't want to be seen. I really don't want to be heard. I see what's going on, but I don't need you to see what's going on. I don't need you to see me. I just want to relax. But God has put something in my spirit to let me know that there's a time and place for that. But he's called me to be seen and to be heard. And when your sheep start to learn your voice, they will come. And so that's for somebody too. Just continue to be obedient and sticking to the quality, and don't worry about the comparison spirit, because when you look at racehorses, right? They wear blinders for a reason. The reason why they wear blinders is because they will become distracted by what they see, and then they won't run their own race. And, like I said, we in the last quarter, and I have been pushing through wearing some blinders and not worrying about what people think about me, not worried about what people say about me, not worried about how this is going. Because when I'm showing up as my authentic self and being who God wants me to be, it has caused me to stand in my truth. And I'll leave y'all with this because I don't want it to go too long. And it's still, because, I teach an onion approach. It's still about quantity over quality. But I just really want to take a second here about shifting perspectives. And I struggle with my voice a little bit, because I had a therapy session, and my therapist said something to me that I think resonated in my soul. And because I'm so proud, I was kind of nervous to speak about it. But, it's just really been big because, like I said, I'm doing things with the book. And I was struggling so hard to call myself a single mom, like had that stigma on it. The reason why I was having, so much trouble was because it was so much stigma of being single motherhood, but also being a professional woman and not being married anymore, and all the things that came behind that. And, you can wear it like a badge, or you can wear it like a sign of failure. And this is for somebody too. I want you to wear it as a badge of honor, because I can pretty much say for my ambitious moms that's on this channel that do what I do, they didn't go into that space saying I wanted to be a single mom. They went into that space saying I wanted to be a good mom, and I wanted to do what was best for me and the child at that time. And so that grace in that space, that even if people call you a single mom, because that's what you are, that don't mean that's who you're going to be forever. And you don't have to stay in a space of survival mode, because you are doing all the things. You pay for everything. You do everything. You are in a space of making decisions, but making them little humans, and not trying to put anything bad on them, but helping to nurture them and help them be good adults. Like, it's just so much pressure that goes there. And the reason why I bring it up is, my therapist talked to me a little bit about it, and I went back to it because that's how my mom started out. She was a single mom initially before meeting my stepdad. And I love my stepdad. Don't get me wrong. That's my guy. He's one of my biggest cheerleaders. But being raised by my mama, as a little girl, she raised me don't be a single mom, like the stigma behind, like, don't do that, don't this and that. And so I worked all throughout my childhood and through my career up to about 30, not wanting to be that. And then I think it hurt me when I had to go into that space when I got divorced about 5 years ago. And I was like, man, everything that I worked hard to not do end up happening. So I felt like a failure, and I never wanted to call myself that. But the reality is I wasn't a failure though. I was a single mom, but I wasn't a failure. And it just stemmed back to everything I had watched people in my life. I had aunts that had to do it by themselves. I had people around me. Like, it's like when you watch people struggle, you be like, I don't want that work. I don't want that struggle. And so you do something about it. And I'm not saying I'm struggling. I'm just saying that the stigma that comes from it is usually bad. But now I wear it like a badge. Do you stay in a relationship that doesn't serve you anymore and it's better to be apart so that your children can thrive? Yeah, I would do it again. Do you take your butt to work and do all the things that you need to do to provide for your child? Yes. Do you invest in yourself at a higher level to make sure that you are showing up as your best self? What if you are not here today because you're not taking care of yourself? Your child won't be good. So you need to invest in yourself. And I think I'm bringing all this up is because it sums up the reason or the rationale behind God telling me I have to do this group coaching program. And I more so wanted you to know my why, because I'm not out there to scam anybody or push anybody to do anything they needed. But when I really dug down to it, is you want community and you want people to understand where you've been, and you want to come up out of feeling like it has to be so much weight and it can't have some lives of ease. And this is for all types of single moms. Military moms go through that even though they may be married. When their spouse is deployed, they function as a single mom as far as the day-to-day tasks, maybe not financially, but day-to-day tasks. That's a lot of work. Like, it's just so many things that go into it. And if this resonates with you, then you definitely want to book a call with me, and I want to see you and get you into the program and see how I can better serve you at CoachJanine.com. So let's wrap this episode up. Telling my truth, telling you the podcast turning 3, telling you I want you to invest in yourself, whatever that looks like for you. I'm telling you I want you to take up spaces. Don't compare yourself to nobody. Your worth is always 100, and you are enough today and you are enough tomorrow. I'm telling you it's Let It Go October, so you got to let go what doesn't serve you at all. I'm telling you that you're blooming to be seen. I'm telling you that I want you to go from survival mode, and I want you to have that life of ease. I want you to boost your confidence. I want you to activate mindfulness. I want you to embrace your healing journey, because without all those things, you will not become and level up to the best version of yourself. That's why I want you to level up your intentional queen to a better you. Y'all, I love y'all. I'm going to see y'all in 2 weeks. We're going to rock out, and I'll see you on the flip side, okay? Bye-bye.